got cables, we ain't even have no tenors. Not no
of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Cardinals and the football team, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 22.
For my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Arizona Cardinals. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he comes off of a real season with over 4,000 yards passing, and now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose, or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Third play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Townsend. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Fielded just inside the 20. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg. Swan. Throw left side complete. That's Parks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on 1st down. Swan. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 30. Will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Swan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. From the gun on 3rd down. Swan. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
So a great throw right there, and what a regular season this rookie had, piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title, and they get the home date here in round one of the playoffs. But, Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide-open offense they've run all season, or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella?
Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit, you're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in him as you've professed. So go ahead and continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here. As so many defensive coaches have told you and me, all gas, no brakes. Let it rip.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Swann firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Swann. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. On 3rd down, Swann. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Touchdown! From 10 yards out.
And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They go play action here on 1st down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Townsend. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Swan. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Swan. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Washington on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. There to make the grab. And Washington going to add on to their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
You throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So that drive in total 8 plays, and the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The football going back over to Arizona now. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Washington offense set to take over.
And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Another catch for him there in this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they try the right side here. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game. Take the points when they're there. And put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
He'll get 8 on.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now they try the right side here. So able to break through the initial contact and then down right near the 25. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been excellent, 6 for 7. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Back to throw. Swan. He gets it to Baldwin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw. Swan. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know,
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. To throw on 2nd down, Townsend.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts?
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The punt team on now. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Dancing to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, BG, thanks very much. The playoffs are underway. What a weekend this is going to be. The first of 6 games set to be played. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to Sunday's action here in the NFC. A 4-5 battle that ought to be a tight one, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers matching up with...
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Washington.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And now here's a carry heading left. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Second down and 7.
Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. Swan. This is complete. It's Baldwin. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Swan.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They've faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's 21-3. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Off play action. Townsend. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A huge play there for Arizona.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
And the final number on Next Gen Stats, how about this? 71 yards through the air.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's King. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Townsend. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Looking to throw. Swan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Townsend. And his throw is incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Off the play fake. Townsend. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. On 1st down, it's King, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Townsend. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line.
On 1st down, Townsend. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played well. Good 1st half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarterback? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Second and 12.
And he'll give it here to his running back. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 40.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Swan. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. One quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw. Swan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for only a couple. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
73 yards on the ground for him so far.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
They'll try again.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The 1st down run got 5. Looking to throw. Townsend. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he's out right at the 25. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing to start the drive. Swan firing quickly here, and that's complete. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now they try the right side here. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Townsend, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give Scotia credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
That will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now left side on the swing pass. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Townsend. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
The Washington offense set to take over again. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend.
On 1st and 10, Swan.
Touchdown, Washington.
A great play there. The second touchdown of the afternoon.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Townsend. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Townsend toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Cardinals on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking deep downfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 38 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go there.
Touchdown, Cardinals! A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Cardinals are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet
or they just executed better? Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. He's got it, and that'll make the score 31-13. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 3rd down now as they look for 1 more first down to help salt this one away. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Townsend. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Back to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Edwards. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Cardinals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.